Hey, what's going on everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com here, back today with another cryptocurrency video. Today I'm going to be answering the question of can NEO reach and maybe even go over $100 in 2018. Of course, I'm going to use some technical analysis to help answer that question. I'm also, just going to talk a little bit about where NEO is currently sitting at and of course where it's heading. I'm going to go over the community size really quickly. It has been growing a lot. It went over 40,000 subscribers just recently. So it is now one of the bigger, cryptocurrency subreddit out there, and that's obviously a very good sign. No, it is a pretty popular cryptocurrency. A lot of people have it in their portfolio. If they don't have it in their portfolio, it seems like quite a few people are at least considering, putting some money into it. So that's obviously a good sign in this competitive cryptocurrency market. And which brings me kind of to another point that I should mention here at the beginning. I believe a couple of months ago, NEO was in the top 10 ranking and now moved a little bit out of that, right? Currently sitting at the 11th spot. And that's in large part due just because, of course, we had Bitcoin Gold come in. Bitcoin Cash started skyrocketing. And, basically, this top 10 area became, kind of crowded and a lot of competition in that area. So it's not really, NEO that has been failing or anything. It's just how things happen to pan out for the time being, right? Now, moving over, to the numbers, currently right under $40, market cap of $2.5 billion. Good, strong volume here, and, we're going to get into the chart now to help answer this question of can it hit $100 in 2018? Can it even go maybe over $100, okay? So just to kind of give you the rundown on what's been going on with NEO, we had, obviously a pretty ugly downtrend for a while, and we're now out of that, so that's a very good sign. And it's currently, just kind of climbing through these resistance levels, right? These are these black lines over here. And slowly but surely, making its way, it seems like, back to, above $40 and going towards 50. And after $50, right, we really don't have much resistance. Even after $43, actually, we don't have much resistance till the all-time high, more or less, right? So the all-time high is currently at $58.57, right? So right under $60 basically. And I do like how it's setting up right now. It's, not the perfect chart. It's definitely been a bit shaky for a while, but things are really recovering for NEO, and I like its setup right now. So to give you also a quick explanation on what's been going on with the indicators, MACD uptrending nicely. We're still above the orange line right now, so it's looking good on that side. Histogram still positive, nothing really going on there. As far as the RSI goes, we're in the symmetrical triangle, so in between this uptrend line right over here and the downtrend line. We are moving higher though, which is good. And we'll just hope to, break out to the upside high, break above this 70 line also by the time we reach the end of this symmetrical triangle. Now, of course, that's a bit forward looking, but more importantly, if we come over to the price action, right, and see what's been going on with some of the trend lines, we can see that we are in a short-term, pretty sharp uptrend. We got a little bit of a U-shaped bounce over here, and I like this move a lot, actually, because what we had was, a big breakout over here. We broke above $32 and pretty much skyrocketed all the way up to $49, right? So just under $50. Pull back down from that. But what's important is this move here going up right under till $49. I think that it kind of foreshadows what's about to happen basically. And it was, the initial test of that $50 area, and now it looks like we're going to come back around and really be able to break through that this time. So that's why I like how it's been acting. And, as far as longer term trend lines go, we are uptrending nicely on NEO, so that corresponds to this trend line right over here. And like I said, in the short term, we do have a little bit of a sharper uptrend going on, as well as the middle band right over here, the brown line currently sitting at $34. That is uptrending as well, right? So what do I see happening to NEO, in the next couple months and everything? Well, I think pretty soon here we're going to be able to break above $43. And, this could happen, honestly, maybe in the next month or so. That is even maybe a conservative estimate, really. This could be in a week or two. But let's just say a month, and I think we're going to be able to break above this $43 mark. From there, of course, you have to realize, like I said, that the $50 range is not that far away, right? And that's going to correspond to this area right over here. I'll go ahead and put a resistance line there. So, you know, right around that $49, $50 area, that's the high of this candlestick right over here. We can modify this resistance level a little bit. You know, we could bring it lower. It kind of depends where you want to put it, but just to make things simple, you know, I'm just going to leave it around $49, right? And that's basically, we can round that up to $50, which is really the big number that we have to break through. So I think that it'll manage to break through that, and afterwards, like I said, we should be able to pretty quickly go back to the all-time high, which is at 58.57. Probably going to be able to break through that as well. And you know, once we break through $50, really, the next step is 100, right? That's just how stocks and cryptocurrencies work. It's usually attracted to the big round numbers, and $100 would be the next stop at that point. So obviously that is a pretty big increase, right? You have to remember that NEO is a $2.5 billion market cap currency. That's obviously pretty large, but you know, it does have quite a bit of space compared to some of the others out there like Ripple and stuff like that, right? So it definitely has room to move, I would say, and it's definitely going to need that, you know, to get to $100, because that's from where it is now about a 150% increase, right? So do I think it'll be able to reach $100 in 2018? You know, I think that it has a good chance of at least testing $100, because like I said, I see it moving up very quickly as soon as it hits above $50, you know, breaking through $60 probably pretty shortly after that, and you know, basically climbing towards $100. Within a year, I have to only assume that it should be pretty easy for NEO to be able to hit $100, at least test it, right? Which would only double the market cap, basically. You know, it'd be a bit over $5 billion at that point, which is still pretty reasonable, of course, as of right now, right? That looks like a very big jump, because you're like, could it really beat like Litecoin, Bitcoin Gold, and all that stuff? But you have to remember that the cryptocurrency market will probably increase in 2018, you know, overall. So a lot of these cryptocurrencies over here will probably move up and leave NEO, you know, a more reasonable room to move towards that $5 billion market cap area, so it won't have to compete as much, right? So I'm not really worried about that, and basically I do think that it'll be able to move towards $100, probably be able to test it. Will it be able to go over $100? You know, it really depends how much strength it has. I definitely won't count that out. I think that it definitely could go over $100, you know. Now, where do I think it'll be really at the end of 2018? You know, if we saw that it had a little bit less strength than expected, I do think it'll have probably at least tested $100, and you know, it might be trading at around $80, $90. So just maybe under $100. But otherwise, you know, I think that we could definitely see a break of $100. And at that point, I would probably say, you know, based on the price usually breaking through pretty heavily once you break a big number like that, it would probably be sitting at around, you know, something like $120 at that point, if it were able to, you know, really break and hold above $100, of course. So I do think that it's going to be moving towards $100 in 2018, and definitely going to be trading around that area if it's not going to be able to break through it, right? Those are my thoughts on where NEO is heading in 2018. I'd be interested to hear yours. Let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I thank you for watching this video, and yeah, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, everyone, and have a great day.